He is one of the F460 players, but right now he is a stand-up comedian. Please put your hands together for the famous, amazing, outstanding, the best, and obviously one of our best friends, Milton Granadillo!
How you guys doing? Give me some love. My name is Milton Granadillo. I'm from Venezuela. That's why I have this. Yeah, baby. That's why I have this sexy accent. Yeah. But only in America, man. Can you believe this? Like a Venezuelan is performing at a theater that's from 1930. Like Elvis performed here. Aretha Franklin performed here. The Marx Brothers performed here. And now me. It's such a waste, but it's fine. Yeah. I have an American girlfriend, you know. I made it, yes. And people are like, oh, that's so sweet. But how do you guys understand each other? Because you're Venezuelan and she's American. You think in Spanish, she thinks in English. How do you guys understand each other? Bro, it's not like in Spanish I understand women, so it's the same. It's basically the same. Yeah, man. I've been in this country for 4 years and 14 pounds, and there's a couple of things that I still don't understand. Like, for example, the measuring system. Now, you guys take for granted how insane it is, you know? Like, my height, anywhere in the world, is 1.82 meters, and that's it. Here I'm like 3 feet and half the thickness of King George VIII. It's super bizarre, man. Yeah. Also, I haven't get used to how some people talk about race, especially if they talk about race in terms of like fractions and percentages, you know. The other day, a friend was like, "Hey, man, you were like this girl. She's 1/4 Indian." I'm like, Jim, I think you're 1/2 racist. And also, how am I supposed to picture this girl by giving me like a recipe, you know? The recipe. Yeah, it ends up being like an SAT test, you know? It's like, if Lily is 1/8 African American and 1/8 Hispanic, at what point will the cops pull her over? You know, it's insane. It's insane. Yeah, I've been in contact with that race thing, you know. Once I was at a show at West Palm Beach. Mind you, I thought I was white. But then I saw some people dancing in West Palm Beach, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not white. So after a show, this lady approached me. By the way, she's the nicest, you know, she smells of like, you know, peach pie and unicorns. And she comes and she's like, oh, so you're Hispanic? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, that's great. My neighbors are also Hispanic. And I'm like, cool. Yeah, but the good kind. To my face! What the hell, lady, man? Yeah, no, it's terrible. Once I was at a birthday, and the mother, at some point, she's like, well, it's time to sing happy birthday to Brittany. And I'm like, in unison? And she's like, in English. Hey, settle down, man. Right now I want to talk about my favorite state from the whole US of A, which is the great state of Puerto Rico. Hey man, give it up for Puerto Rico. Yeah. They're making it, man. They're making it. Is there anybody from Puerto Rico here? No, because they're fucking protesting, man. Everybody's on the street. It's awesome, man. How cool is that? You know, as a Venezuelan, you know, we keep track of that, and it's admirable, man, because they're on the street till the guy quits, and the guy is going to quit. How cool is that, man? You know, I'm from Venezuela, and you know, I've been a victim of, you know, egotistical tyrants. And that's only in the United States. But, you know, the Venezuelan situation is awful. Like, we tried to be on the streets, and we got repression, and we get on the streets again, and we get repression. So every time we see a process like the Puerto Rico, we're happy for them. But also realize that subconsciously, we're a little jaded. You know, we're like, good for you, you're making it. So we're like that cousin on Christmas morning, you know, the one that's kind of jaded, and he's like, oh, you got what you wanted. Good for you. Good for you. I'm not jealous, no. Good for for you. You deserve it. You deserve it. That's fine, you know. You got the Stretch Armstrong. I got the murderous dictator. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not angry. And also the cool thing about Puerto Rico is that now they have these new political leaders, and it's insane. It's bizarre. Like Bad Bunny is a political leader right now. How bizarre is that? If you guys don't know who Bad Bunny is, he's a reggaeton rapper that sings like a sloth coming out of an anesthesia. You know? Bad Bunny, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, Bad Bunny. It's awesome, man. He's a political leader now. It's so insane. That guy that sings like a koala with sugar issues, man. It's amazing. Can you imagine if that guy makes it to president, you know? To governor, to president, everything. Like, can you imagine like the State of the Union, you know? My fellow Americans, I love you, bye-bye. And everybody's like, what was that? But yeah, that was my set. My name is Milton Granadillo. You guys are awesome.